pounds of bite pressure per square inch. Now, these young alligators, when they hatch out of the egg, they're only about 5 to 6 inches long. They're very small. And that mom alligator, she will lay about 35 to 40 eggs. Now, all of these eggs, they will hatch. But for all the moms out there, imagine if you were a babysitter and had to watch 40 little kids at one time. It's impossible. So these little babies start to swim off, they become bold, and then they start getting eaten by animals such as birds, fish, turtles, snakes, and other alligators will eat baby alligators. The only one that will not eat the alligator is the mom alligator. She will protect the baby with her life. Now for the sad part. Out of all 40 of those alligators, only 1 to 2 will make it to be an adult. The 38 other alligators do not make it. And they depend on these for camouflage, and it's just too much for the mom to take care of them. All right, and one more thing about him. All right, you saying bye? All right. And one more thing about Al here. Notice he is not green. A lot of people are under the assumption alligators are green. The only alligators that are green are found in comic books and plush toys, okay? Or covered in algae. Alligators are normally a black to gray with the yellow bands. And then you get your hypos and your albinos, the white ones, of course. All right. You guys ready to see alligator wrestling?
Yes.
Let's try that one more time. You guys ready to see alligator wrestling?
Yes.
All right. Now, guys, how many of you ever heard of the show Gator Boys on Animal Planet? Anybody ever heard of us? Okay. If you guys ever heard of Gator Boys, make some noise if you ever heard of Gator Boys. All right. And if you don't know Gator Boys, we had a show on Animal Planet for about 5 to 6 seasons. Film crew followed us around as we caught what they called nuisance alligators. Nuisance alligators are alligators that have been fed by people. They are deemed a threat, and then the wildlife department, they have a trapper go out, and they catch that alligator, and they terminate that animal. This is where we come in. We are permitted, and I house over 50 alligators right now, from hatchlings up to 12.5 feet, which are all rescues or came from zoological parks that have shut down, or they need to downsize some of their animals. Now, this alligator is pushing 8 feet. His name is Cujo. Cujo is a nuisance alligator. For all the adults, I know you've seen the movie Cujo, most likely. He wakes up on the wrong side of the bed every morning, okay? And what you're going to see today, guys, is, like I said, what's known as alligator wrestling. No one's going to do headlocks or body slams or anything like that. Alligator wrestling is a technique of going in the wild, or in this case an enclosure, and catching up an alligator. Now, that last song that you heard playing, that was by a guy named Chief Jim Billy of the Seminole Tribe of Florida. And I grew up on the Hollywood Reservation, the Seminole Reservation, where I got to learn the culture and the history, which is known as alligator wrestling. And that's what we brought to the show Gator Boys. Hands-on technique of catching the alligator. Now, I am going to work them for a couple minutes in the water, or a little less, and then I'm going to bring them out onto land, okay? Get them on land, that way everyone on the left side can see pretty good. Guys, if he gets away from me and climbs the fence, little man right here in the blue hat, just push him back in for me, okay? You good? Okay, good. Now, if he gets past you, though, all right, all you have to do is run faster than the person next to you, okay? Remember that. All right, and then if that happens, all you got to do is trip the person next to you and walk away, all right? Now, guys, alligators do not run 50 miles per hour. All right, top speed for an alligator is about 8 to 10 miles per hour, but for a very short distance. Now, what you're going to see today does not hurt the alligator in any way. It does put him under a little bit of stress, but it does not hurt him. So we're going to try to get him. Now, if you notice, I grab him by the tail. Now, the reason I grab him by the tail, one reason. There are no teeth on this end of the alligator, okay? It is the safest place to grab him. Now, if you notice how he can come around, even though it's the safest place to grab him, he can grab me as high up as the elbow. So you got to be careful grabbing him there. Now, like I said earlier, this alligator has about 1,000 pounds of bite pressure per square inch inside of that mouth. Yep, the jaws are working, okay? If he closes his mouth and you don't hear that pop, that's not a good thing, okay? That means he has my hand or something like that. All right, so I'm going to see if I can get him. I'm going to see if I can get him out of the water. Now, what I'm doing, guys, right now is kind of feeling this alligator out to see how quick I need to be to work around him. Now I'm going to try to get that tail. I'm going to get him up this ramp and get him onto the grass. The water's a little slippery, so I do got to be careful. All right, we're going to pull him real slow and real gentle over to the ramp here. And you're going to notice when I get him out, I'm not yanking him out. We're just going to go real slow, get him out of the pool, just like that. And we're going to bring him right in the middle, guys, right here. Now, guys, I've been doing this for about 2 days, okay? I'm getting pretty good at this. All right, and if I'm taking too long, there's a gate over here. You can come and race me, all right? I bet I win. All right. Now, guys, focus on the mouth. I'm only going to show this to you one time. The mouth of an alligator works like a rat trap. Say something went into the mouth and didn't touch. There's a 50% chance he's not going to bite. Then there's a 50% he might. All right, so focus on the mouth. We're doing this only one time. Woo! I got all 5, guys. Let's give the alligator a big round of applause. Thank you, buddy. All right, guys, what we're going to do now is I'm going to turn this alligator around, and we're going to go in and catch him. Now, there's 2 ways to catch an alligator. One way is called the frontal catch. You grab him by the mouth, or you grab the tail and jump on his back. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this alligator around, and we're going to show you the mouth of the alligator, and then that's when the alligator wrestling does come into effect. And once again, guys, I'm being very slow with this alligator, very slow movements, trying to get him in position. All right, just like that, guys. Let's give the alligator another big round of applause. Thank you, buddy. Now, these alligators are the star of the show. And like I said, guys, we do run a rescue, so we do things like this to raise the money to go back into our program. Now, guys, when I'm on his back, all my weight is pretty much on my legs, okay? They are not sitting on the back of this alligator. All right. Now, like I said, guys, what you just saw was capturing the alligator. The rest of what you're going to see is what made alligator wrestling famous by the Seminole Indians. The more famous out of anything is called the Florida Smile. Not prying the mouth open, just slightly touching them, getting to open up that mouth. He has approximately 80 teeth, 40 on top and 40 on the bottom. If you look in back of the mouth, there appears like there is no opening. That is what they call the glottis. This enables him to catch food underwater without drowning. Then he has to come above water to swallow that food. Now, alligators do not chew their food. They grab their prey and they swallow it down whole. All right. You want to back up a little bit? Go ahead. All right. We're almost done, buddy. All right, guys. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move into what's known as bulldogging. This will be the last stunt of the show. If you have cameras, take your picture with both arms. Go out to the side. This was for a lone Seminole warrior to go out to the Everglades and tie the mouth up by yourself. Now we're going to do this by using my chin and chest, freeing my hands for a few seconds and demonstrate tying a knot. We are not going to tie him up, but I will demonstrate it. Hurry up, take your pictures. This will free my hands long enough to glitter a rope, tie myself a knot, and have a caught and tied alligator all by myself. Guys, let's give this alligator another big round of applause. All right, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this alligator put away. We want to thank you all for coming out to the fair today. We do appreciate it. I hope you guys can walk away with a little more appreciation for these amazing animals. They're not the man-eaters that everybody says they are. We will be out with a merchandise booth to my right.